Yeah.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to have a session on Linux and we use Linux in our. There are several commands and all which are available for use. Today I will be mainly discussing commands which we use regularly, but we don't know the main advantage of those commands and any uh, and more advanced. And after this session, you will be able to understand all the common terms and what are all things happening inside the Linux. Use Linux, our there are several commands and all which are available for use. Today I will be mainly discussing the commands which we use regularly, but we don't know the main advantages of those. Okay, so after this session, you will be able to troubleshoot any kind of problems which you will face afterwards. So I will start now. So basically, the first thing when you do when you start any Linux or first thing you do is install any kind of applications. And for installing any kind of applications or packages, you use different kind of commands like apt-get or aptitude. So I will start with one by one. Okay, so the first thing which I'm going to do is the aptitude command. So this is not installed by default. So if it is, if you try to run it aptitude command, if it shows command not found, you can install it by using sudo apt-get install aptitude. After this, you will have aptitude installed on your Linux, and so I will go ahead and I have installed aptitude. So aptitude is basically a menu-driven package management interface. It is it is for Debian-based Linux distros, so it can be used by any kind of Debian versions or any like Ubuntu and Debian other Debian derivatives. It's extremely powerful installation manager. It is powerful than apt-get. So you can see that after I open the aptitude, I can see different kind of options like new packages, installed packages, not installed packages. This has list of all the packages which are available in the repositories of Debian or Ubuntu. From here you can install. So let's see what kind of installed packages I have. This will list all the packages which I have installed on my system right now. You can also see if you want to get any new package or any new package that are available, you can go through here. You can install it by clicking on anything. Like see, if I click on Python, it will show what are all the things available inside the Python. Again, I see. So inside the Python package, these are all the different packages available. You can install it by hitting enter button, and this will install it. So this is for you can go back just by hitting the again enter tab, just as previously we opened the list. And one more useful feature of the aptitude is to, whenever you run into any problem, like you trying to install any kind of applications, you get apt-get, you use apt-get command or apt command, and you get any kind of errors, then you can run aptitude after that, and aptitude will give it will not give up easily. It will try at least few times to install that package, and if still it is not able to install that package, it will try to give any kind of solution, more detailed kind of troubleshooting what happened exactly. So this is kind of a very useful tool. And one thing you can do is aptitude provides option for if you will press E command, then you can troubleshoot all your like any kind of, if you have held any kind of broken packages, or is there any broken dependency issues that can be resolved using this. So whenever you run into problem during installation of any kind of packages, try to use aptitude. It will resolve the problem. Okay. So during the installation of any kind of packages, many times you need to use sudo command. Like I will quit the. Okay. So many a times you, because in Linux there are by default you are not logged in as a root user, so you need many a times root permission to install applications. So each time you will have to use a sudo command for installing or giving the elevated privilege. So instead of that, you can just run sudo sh, and you can type your password. So it will get you as a root user, you will get all the privileges as a root user. But the thing is that there is a little difference in this command. There are also other commands available like sudo I, or so you can see the difference between that. When I typed sudo sh, it took me to the folder where I was, or where the particular user was in which I was logged in. But after I have typed sudo dash I, it took me to the root folder. You can check it by using pwd. See, you can see that I am right now in the root folder, but previously I was not in the root folder. I can show you again. So you can see that after typing the sudo sh command, it will give you the you can execute commands right from the directory where you are currently. It won't take you to the root directory. So this is the basic difference between the sudo sh and sudo dash I command.
So what is the difference between sudo and su?
So both are same thing. Even if you type su, it will do the same thing.
First
Like
time su enter.
okay.
So
So su is a different kind of package. If you don't have it, you need to install it. So there are different kind of su, and suppose if you want to run any kind of app.
su is there by default, I guess. Just to search. Yeah, you go into root. So it's similar to sudo minus sh that you are showing.
Yeah. So su is same as sudo dot sh, sorry, dash sh. So it will give you the same result as that thing. So sudo, either you can use sudo or su, both will get the same thing. And whenever you want to run any application with elevated privilege, you can use gk sudo. Like suppose I am opening gedit, it will run the application.
Pavan,
Suppose
are you saying something?
yeah, hello.
Hello? Yes, Pavan.
Yeah, can you check the chart?
Fix the sound.
No, check the chart, dude. Chart window.
Fix, okay, chat window. Fix the chat. Start the, okay, see it.
Okay, okay.
Okay, look at the chat window once. What is who?
What? Sorry, didn't get
So we
it.
will take an question answer session after this, after he's done. Pavan? Okay.
You will get.
You did.
Okay then.
Yeah.
So whenever you need to run any application with elevated privilege, like if you want to change any kind of file inside root directory, you can't change it directly. You can't access it directly. So you need to use gk sudo, or you can use gksu. Then you can run the application with elevated privilege. And whatever you will do in that, through that, it will be saved, and there won't be any error, any kind of thing. All the permission will be granted. Okay, so now I will few options that are available with the sudo command, which you can use and which are very informative, and which can some at some time be very useful. So type sudo dash u. This will small u. Sorry. Okay, so you can type sudo dash u. It's not so. Okay, another thing you can do is, if you want to see the user which are logged in the current Linux, so
No,
if,
then sudo dash u, then the name of the user. Okay. There is one.
okay, मैं दूसरा करता हूँ. So uh, for displaying the user privilege, which is right now logged in into your system, you can check it using sudo dash l user is equals to, like, my user is 0. You can see there is a line displaying user 0 may run the following commands on this machine. It is stating all.
Name. Yeah. User.
Username is 0. Okay. So you can, after user, you can type your username which you are logged in right now, and it will display what commands you can execute or how much permission do you have. If you have all the permission, you can execute or you can do anything which is possible. And you can also get information about any command, like suppose I type sudo l any command, suppose I use dpkg. So it will give the information where the command exactly is located in your root directory. So these are kind of useful things to do. Now we'll move to another. Few other commands are available, like apt and apt-get. Apt is basically, it will show, it will give all the basic options. You can type apt help, so you can get at least 6 7 options you can get, and you can use like update, install, remove. So these are the very few options which is provided by apt. Whereas if you will see apt-get and type help, it provides even more options for doing different kinds of operations on your packages, or any new kind of softwares or programs which you want to install or download. Okay, so I will elaborate more on what you can do with apt-get command.
So everybody is clear till now, right? Pawan? Okay. Look at you. I, you are following, right? Okay, cool.
Okay, now we're gonna see more options what apt-get can do. So type apt-get dash remove. After that, you can type the name of any package which you want to remove. Just don't type any package or it will get removed.
No
So
gedit. We'll
okay,
use gedit.
so apt-get remove. Okay. Suppose I want to remove gedit.
Hey, remove is fine.
Not dash. No dash.
No dash.
No dash.
So there is no dash needed. So you can just type sudo apt-get remove gedit. So I need to give sudo command sudo apt-get remove gedit. You can see this will now remove the gedit application which I have right now. So you can, by using this kind of option, you can remove any packages which you have installed.
I have a doubt. If there is a command,
Okay.
when there are some commands which require sudo, how to run those commands without writing sudo? There is a certain mode in Ubuntu. You get into that mode and everything.
So that was initially I was saying sudo sh or sudo.
Then you don't need to type sudo again.
Yeah, you don't need to. Now I don't need to write sudo again. Okay.
No, I
Okay then, we'll move forward. There is another option provided by apt-get that is called auto remove. So if you will type auto remove sudo apt-get auto remove, it will check for if you have anything which is not currently used by any applications which are installed. So it will locate those packages and it will give you an option to remove all those packages. So if I type yes, it will remove all those packages. So see, you can see the previously it was aborted because I took a little more time. So it got aborted. And now you can see the all the two packages which was held previously are now removed. The next option is the purge. If and in auto remove, if you don't get anything, that means you don't have any packages which needs to be removed. Everything is linked to any kind of some packages which you have installed. So another option provided by apt is purge. So you can type apt sudo apt-get and always have the habit of writing sudo before writing apt-get because this needs an elevated privilege to run this command. So if you will type any kind of package name after purge, you can so the difference between remove and purge is that remove will just remove all the installed files, but purge will also remove the configurations files. So when you do the purge kind of thing, it will remove totally from your system there won't be any kind of trace left on your system of that installed package.
Permanently remove it.
Yeah, permanently removed. So if you want to install that package again, there will be no kind of setting files or configuration files which the installed packages can locate the previous installation information. The next useful thing is that sudo apt check. So after doing this operation, it will check all your packages which you have installed, and it will locate if there is any broken packages or any kind of broken dependencies is available. And if it is available, it will try to solve that. It will give you the detailed information about that, and you can later add the repositories, or if it is held, you can remove those repositories, or sorry, not repositories, those packages. Okay, so you always use sudo apt get and you type install and then you type any package name. So this generally installs the package. So suppose if you want to just download the package, so then you can use sudo apt -d. What this will do is it will just download the package. It will not even unpack the package. So it will just download the package. So instead of like using wget, if the package is available in repositories, you can use this option. If it is not available, then you will have to go with wget option.
Well,
Another useful option is to use, like when you are installing any package, use y option, because like there is a very large application or a very large package which while installing there are a lot of prompts and prompts asking for your input yes or no. So you can just type -y at the end, and you don't need to do afterwards. When you hit enter, you won't be needed to use to give any user input for if any prompt is there. It will automatically take care of the prompt, and it will take yes for all the prompts. So this is also a good option when you are trying to install any big kind of packages which will take time. You can leave by just doing that. It will install everything.
Is it capital Y or small y?
Small y. Next option is F. So you can use, when you try to install any package and you get something error like unmet dependencies, or is there is any error which is not very relevant, you can type at the end -f. What this will do, it is basically every people know this as a force install, but in actual reality this is not a force install. This option tries to resolve whatever errors there are, and if it is able to solve the error, it will solve the error then and there, and it will try to install the packages. And if the error is not solved, so sometimes if the error can be bypassed, it also bypasses the error. So people used to say this as a force install option. So this is a very handy option when you are getting any errors which are not that much relevant. You can use -f option. Another very good option is -v. This is a verbose. This is called verbose. So verbose is basically, it gives you, whenever you execute a command, there are a lot of things happening behind the scene. So when you type -v, it will give you all the details of what's right now happening after you execute the command. Okay, so this is also to look at whatever happening when you are running any kind of processes or any programs. This becomes useful at those times. Another thing which you can use is because you can't access any repositories. There are several kind of repositories on different kind of servers, and there are many servers available for repositories for Linux, from where you can install different kind of applications. So you don't know what are all the packages available. In the beginning, I showed from the aptitude what are all the available packages. Instead of that, you can use sudo apt cache, and you can sudo apt cache search, and you can type any package name. It will show you the if the package is available in the repositories or not, or any like suppose I want to install any application which has different versions which I'm not aware of, which one is the latest version, which one is the older version. If you will type the name of any package, it will show you what are all the packages available, what are all the versions of the software available. So this is a kind of a handy tool. Suppose if I type what should I type? Suppose I type Python. You can see there is a lot of option coming. So this is showing whatever packages are available that are linked to Python. So you can you can do one thing. Be specific. You can be specific and type a more specific package name, or you will get a lot of details about the any kind of packages related to Python uh, will get shown to your onto your screen. Next thing is, so this is over. All the commands like apt get, aptitude. So these all do same kind of things, but provide some of them are more powerful. Some of them provides just basic options. So these can be handy at some times. Now I will move forward and I will move. So now I will address how you can any kind of errors, like whenever you are installing anything you get errors like you have held broken packages, how to deal with that. So there is so with these kind of thing we use dpkz. Hold on a second, I will clear my screen. Dpkz. So dpkz is another package manager other than aptitude, apt get. You can also use dpkz, and this is the most powerful package manager. You can do a lot of steps using dpkz. So I'm just now right now I will tell you how to resolve any kind of error which says you have held broken packages. So first of all, you can check if you have any kind of packages that is held any broken packages. So you can type dpk sudo dpkz get selections grep hold. So let's look at this command. What are all its parts? You can see get selections. So whenever you install any package, they are there are few options which are they are marked by like installed, deinstall, uh, unmet dependencies, error, hold packages. So these are all the statuses any package is tagged with. So right now, the get selection will do it. Any kind of packages which are installed right now on my system, it will try to locate those. And you can see I have used an or option, or this is actually not exactly or, this is called pipe in Ubuntu. So this is for executing cell pipe. You can use this command to pass one information from you can write two commands at the same time, and you can use the first command output as the input of the second command. So right now I have written dpkz get selections. So the output of this command will be passed on to grep hold. So grep is a recursive search. It does whenever you will give grep command, it will search for a pattern, a fixed kind of pattern. So right now I'm giving grep the hold option. So it will see what are all the first dpkg will give the grep command all the statuses of different packages, like which I said. From those packages, it will locate for packages which are being marked as hold. So if there is any hold packages, any packages which are marked as hold, it will show it. If it is not, it won't show anything. So if it shows anything, you need to address those problems. So those will be the problems. So this needs to be executed frequently so that you don't held any kind of broken packages, which might affect your performance or any kind of applications which are running. So first thing what you can do is I will show you different kind of packages which you can see which are installed on your system and what they are marked with. So type dpkg selections and use more. Now it will show you all the packages which are installed on your system and what they are marked with. So you can see in my screen, several packages are shown. Some are marked with install, and you can see one at the bottom, it is marked as deinstall. So this means that this package which I have installed, it is currently marked as deinstall. Let's see more.
What is the
So
meaning of
What do you mean?
deinstall?
So they are marked as deinstall. They are ready to be get installed. I will go to that part later after finishing this, how to address those things. So you can use a space to see more package names. So you can see there are packages. Again, I got a package with which is marked as deinstall. So like this, you can see whatever package you have installed, what they are marked with. Now I will tell about what is the significance of this marking. Few packages are, you have seen few packages are marked as deinstall. So if I execute one command, sudo if I type sudo apt get deselect and upgrade, don't execute this command. Hold on, don't execute this command. After executing this command, what will happen is all the packages which were marked with deinstall, it will remove all those packages. So this is the actual meaning of a package being marked as deinstall, that it says that this package is ready to be installed. Then after executing just one command, you can remove all those packages at once. So you can even see the some packages which you need, they are marked as installed. So you need to change the marking of those packages from deinstall to install. So we will try that now. So what you need to do is, if you suppose if you want to do it by one package, then you should type sudo echo, and then you can type package name. Like I will show you. One of my package name here is Vidalia. So I will type this package name, and we'll see if the marking changed or not from deinstall to install. So you can see there will be more packages in your system which is marked as deinstall. So you can try and write those package name and type sudo echo the package name, then type install and include it in between quotes, and then type the pipe command, then again sudo dpkg shet selections.
You are installing the install.
So what is the meaning
So
of deinstall?
deinstall is the meaning that they are marked with deinstall and they are ready to be installed. They can be installed at any time. So I
Deinstall means they are not installed currently in
no
our.
no they are installed, but they are marked with deinstalled.
Okay.
Okay, so you can install all those kind of packages at once by running the command which I just typed. I will again type sudo apt get deselect deselect upgrade. So what this does is all the packages which are marked with deinstall, it will remove all those packages at once.
It will remove them.
It will remove them. So you don't want to run this
So it
command.
will not install them, right?
No, it will remove those. All those packages which are marked with deinstall, it will remove them. So you need to be very careful before using this command. You need to see whatever packages which are installed. If you want to remove, only then you should run this command. If not, then don't use it. You need to at first uh, run the evo command which I have used to
So what will
mark
this
them
command
from
do?
deinstall to install.
All the commands. No. So this will mark only this package as
Yeah,
installed.
this particular package, it will mark this package as installed.
Okay.
Okay, so even after you execute the command, it won't remove this package.
Okay. So first we need to figure out what all components packages we need, and then we need to use these
Yeah,
commands
you need to see
individually.
if the package you want to keep it, or it is by mistake it is marked deinstalled, or you really want to deinstall. If you really want to deinstall, you can run the command and it will remove all those packages at once. If you don't want to get those packages removed, you need to change the marking from deinstall to install. So after typing this command, you can see. Now again, I will use dpkz to check if the marking has changed from deinstall to install.
Yes. Understood. Understood. So basically, you have to write the packages here.
So let's see
What
if
those that you want to keep.
Vidalia.
This break, no.
I. Okay. So you can see the deinstall. Vidalia was previously marked as deinstalled, but right now it is marked as installed. So you need to run this command to mark your particular repository, a particular package to make it install so that it doesn't get removed or by any mistake. So, if there are a lot of packages like that, you can't run every time each package. So what we want to do is, let's do all the deinstall which were marked deinstalled. Let's make them installed so that there is no any packages which are marked as deinstalled. I will run the command.
Those. He is making the noise. Put it on hold. Yeah. He's on mute.
Yeah.
You can read out. Everyone will the video will know what is happening.
So deinstall is not that it is not installed. It is not installed. It is installed, but it is marked as deinstalled, which means that it is ready to be removed at your command. So you don't want that. There may be some applications which you really need, and you don't want them to get removed. This happens when you manually install any kind of applications. So sometimes they get marked as deinstall.
When you manually, but
Yeah.
did you manually install anything like this? Python and all?
Python, everything I installed through sudo apt install mostly.
So that's manually installed.
Okay, that is manually.
Yeah, that's
not
manually.
unpackaging and then that is
Yeah.
on.
So I will show you the command to convert all the deinstall marked packages to installed. Sorry, I missed S. So let's check it. Let's check if the all my deinstalled options got selected as installed or not. So let's see if there is any package marked as deinstall. So you can see right now every package that was previously marked as deinstalled, it is now marked as installed. So now if I will run this command, now I can run this command safely. So you can see still there are some files which are ready to be uninstalled. So I don't want it to get deinstalled. So I will type N. So if you want it to be deinstalled, you can still type N. So there are few packages which you can still deinstall using this, which are, so basically after typing this command, it will show all the packages which are not being used currently by any installed packages. So this will provide, and all the packages which are shown right here, these are packages which are currently used.
So it is going to install, right? So it is saying need to get 58 MB of archives. It is going to install. It is going to get from the archive.
Okay. Okay, so this is basically what this is. apt get select upgrade. So it's right now upgrading. So there might be some updates available. So it will upgrade those.
They have listened.
Hello, Pawan? Hello, Pawan?
Also
He left.
disconnected. Okay.
Expert भी
Uh, there is one more command, dpkg, and clear clear selections. Don't run this command. Let me first explain after that run. After you will run this command dpkg clear selections, it will mark every installed application as deinstalled.
What is the advantage of this thing?
Suppose you want to remove.
Everything.
Now see dpkg do now you can see every package is marked as installed except the applications without which the system can't run. It will mark every other application as deinstall. Okay, so you don't want to run this command, or you can end up removing every file in a system removed. So again, run the previous command to make every. Okay, now let's see again. See, so it's now every application is now marked as installed. So that command is a powerful, so don't try to remove it unless you want to make your system brand new. Okay. Yeah, one more option is available with apt, something like this dpkg selections. So apt mark. So whenever you install any application, first thing was that which I said in dpkg selections, that applications are marked with installed, deinstalled, hold. So these are packages statuses. These are package status. Each package status. These install and deinstall and hold option. And but there is another one option. Whenever you install any application, it is either marked as automatically installed or manually installed. So whenever you install one application and along with that application several other applications are installed, then all those applications are marked as automatically installed. Okay, so when you will install the main application, it will automatically install all other applications which were initially installed with that application. So if you want to keep any of those applications, you need to mark all those applications manually installed. So you can use that by using apt mark.
Can you just repeat?
So see, after running apt, I got these options. So these are whenever you install any applications, all the applications are marked with this auto, manual, hold, unhold. So these are other options. So basically these are two main options, auto and manual. So whenever you will install one application, it will be marked by either auto or manual.
Okay.
Suppose you are installing python or any other kind of applications, and along with that There are several dependencies which are installed along with those application along with that particular application. Okay, so what will happen is the application which you are installing, that will be marked as manual, but all the other dependencies which are being installed together with it, they will be marked automatically installed, auto.
Okay.
So when you will install the real application, that is Python, all the dependencies which were installed along with Python will be removed automatically. Okay,
Removed.
yeah, it will be removed. Whatever applications or dependencies which were installed with Python along with Python, they will be removed automatically because they were marked as automatically installed along with Python.
Okay.
So if you want to keep any of particular packages, you need to use apt mark to change their status from auto to manual. Okay.
So is it similar to deinstall that we used?
No, it is different. Those are package status.
Okay.
This is installation status.
Okay.
So there is a difference between those, that install, deinstall, that these like install means the application installed. Deinstall means it is ready to be deinstalled. If it is marked as hold, that means the packages have been hold without any.
It is not complete.
Yeah, it is not complete.
Okay.
But auto and manual means whether you have installed it automatically or manually. If it is installed along with other applications, it will be marked automatically. If you have installed it using sudo apt get something kind of this, then it will be marked as manual. So even after you must have seen while running these commands sudo apt get install. Suppose you have already installed one application. I will show you. Suppose I have installed any application. Let's name it again Python. I have installed Python already. So when I will try to install this application again, this will mark it as manually installed. So we will have to take another option since Python comes already inbuilt with the system.
Then
Uh,
you have them.
yeah, I have. Sudo apt get install. So what's happening here is when you will run this command sudo apt vim is already installed. Okay, it was manually installed by me, so it won't show right now here. So we will have to take one package name which was automatically installed.
Install.
This was also manually installed. OS application जो manually installed किया automatically. So
Ross.
इसमें बहुत सारे. So you will have to check which package you have, which package have got installed automatically, and you can type the name of the package here. And when you will run the command, you will see that a line will appear which will say that this application is now marked as manually installed. So what's happening is that that application was previously installed as a dependency with another application. Okay, so when you try to install it again, it marks that application as manually installed so that it does not get removed when I remove the original application. Okay.
So all the automatic applications will be removed if I remove the
Yeah.
manual installation.
Yes.
Until and unless they are being used by some other manual installation.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. But for that they need to be marked as a manual. Then they won't be installed. If they are marked as automatically, they will be removed.
No, let's say I'm using Python,
Hmm.
then I started using something else.
Okay.
Okay, let's say ROS, which does not need Python.
I'm understanding what you're asking. So what will happen is when you will try to install another application which is using one of the dependencies of the previous application which you installed. When you will install that application, it will mark that application as manual.
Okay, it will
Okay.
automatically do that, right?
It will automatically do that. You don't have to do that by yourself. So we have talked about all the how we install and all the package managers, how to use different options. Now let us see how the repositories are configured. This is a very important thing. Many times you will run into problem because of unmet dependencies of because of repositories, because of any repositories which was not configured in your system. So I will try to address all those. So there are few files you might have heard. First one is the bash rc. So let's open it. Sudo git. Actually I removed gedit. So let's open bash rc. Since I removed gedit, I will have to use some another thing. Save him. You can use gedit or any kind of editor which you have already. Okay, so I can see all the contents of my bash rc file.
What is the file name? Dot bash.
Yeah,
Dot.
yeah. Dot bash rc. Okay, it will open the file, and you can see the contents of the file. So this file is used to configure the repositories. Since Ubuntu does not work same like, or Linux doesn't work same like Windows, where you install any particular application .exe file and it does everything by itself. But in Linux, what happens is whenever you try to install any applications, if it is already in the Ubuntu repositories, there won't be any problem. But if you will try to install any application which is not available in the Ubuntu repositories, then you will have to locate the repository address and you will have to put the address inside this bash rc file, and then you will be able to download all those packages. So you can see I have configured few things here. So the topmost priority is given to the Ubuntu repositories, which is whenever you will open your terminal or shell, you will see that. So whenever you will open a cell or you open a terminal, all these things which are written inside the .bash rc file are executed. So it is really important that whatever repositories or whatever you are trying to install has a proper dependencies already in the bash rc file, or if it is not already in there, you need to manually put it there. Okay. Okay, let's now move to how we can do that. There is another file called sources.list. So this is sources sources.list. So this list has all the repositories, which is by default, this will have all the repositories which is needed by Linux or by any kind of Linux. It is not restricted to any particular Linux. So this list will have all the repositories from where the packages are downloaded, or the repositories which supports your Linux version, or your Linux distro, any kind of. So I will now show you one more thing. Okay. Now, after go to your root directory and open etc folder, then go to the apt folder, and there you can find sources.list, or you can directly get it from the command line if you want. So I will do that. You want to give the any editor which you want to use to open the sources.list file. Suppose I use Vim. I will use now Emacs. So my folder was in etc apt sources.list. Okay. So here you can see. So whenever you run, or whenever you try to update your system, or whenever you try to install any application, this all the repositories which are mentioned in this sources.list file, these are used to install all those applications. So in the very beginning, you will notice that I have Ubuntu Utopic 14.10. So the first very line is the Ubuntu repositories. This is the official repository. Okay, so like this, there will be a lot of sources. Let's say when I installed TinyOS, I needed to add the repository for the TinyOS. So you can see I used deb, then the repository address, and then what kind of you can specify further options. So basically you can do just by using deb and options, and then what versions you want to use of
The
that.
Ubuntu version, Lucid is the Ubuntu version, so there are different kind of versions that are available. Jailbird and all is the latest,
Yeah.
and main universe are different kind of repositories that are there.
Hmm. So you can see there are several kind of repositories which I had to manually put in the sources.list file, so that whenever I will install any uh, applications in future, it will automatically take care of it. Okay. Uh, so whenever you will install any application, either it will get automatically the repositories will be configured automatically here, or what happens generally is there is another folder which exists. It is called sources.list.d.
Right?
Sources.list dot not file, it is a folder. And let's get there. Oh, sorry. I should have not used. So this is a actually directory. This is not a file. So let's go to this directory.
No sudo. No sudo.
Okay, so let's see what are the contents of this file. You can see uh, some files are named which have an extension of .list. So you can also do whenever you try to install any application and that has a particular dependency on a particular repository, you can just create a file with a .list extension, and you can write deb and the address of the repository, and you can save inside this file. Now, whenever you will execute terminal or shell, this file will be also executed. So this is just kind of separating the sources.list and sources.list.d file. You can do both things, but it is advisable to use sources to save separate file for each application which you install, because sources.list have all the necessary dependencies which Ubuntu needs, or which a Linux operating system needs. So you don't wanna by mistake remove any dependencies which are there listed in the sources.list file. Okay. Okay, so this was up to how to install applications, how to troubleshoot, and how to configure repositories. Now we will go now we will look at some file permissions, giving a particular file permission, elevated permissions, or adding user to that file. So there is a command called chmod. So this command is used to give permissions. Suppose you are using a root directory, and you don't have usually permission for to access the files of root directory. So you can use chmod command to make it accessible to the one user which is right now currently installed, or to any other user which exists on the system. Okay, so so there are different options available with chmod, like R means read, W write operation. Suppose if I use chmod u plus rw, and I give any file name, any file or directory. After executing this command, what will happen is the U signifies that it will grant permission to the user, the current user, which through which you are accessing the Linux, and it will give if it will give read and write permission to that user. Okay.
So after that, you don't need to type sudo. Permission means like we do.
No, if you want to execute anything, then you will need to give a still sudo command.
After schema model.
But this chmod is needed to access files and to change files, change the contents of the files inside the root directory or inside any
So
any
the
folder
root
or
directory,
directory where
sudo also won't work.
yeah, sudo also won't work inside the root directory.
So you have to oversee it.
Yeah, chmod so that you can change the contents of the file, like the I visited the basrc file or any kind of, suppose any folder is there in the root directory which you want to change its contents. It is not allowed usually, so you need to allow permission to make
So
it.
basically, there are three kind of profiles that are there. One is user, one is group, and one more is there, I guess.
User
Group.
yeah, one more was there.
So using chmod, you can give read, write, and execution.
Yeah,
execution.
there are three groups: user, group, and other.
Yeah.
And there are three permissions: read, write, and execute. So through chmod command, you can give access to any user, access to any group, access to other groups. You can give write permissions, read permissions, or execute permissions to a particular file or a directory.
So basically, what we can do, like we can create a group for HackLab, and some files, then we can give permission that only people from HackLab can execute. Okay, or some files, let's say it's something your personal files are there. So some files we can say that only Piyush will be able to execute them. So it's like that. So we give them. So we do use chmod for that.
So in this, the plus command means both are being executed together because they belong to, they are two separate set of commands. One is the group and another one is the permission. So uh, before plus, you can either use U for user, G for group, and O for other. And after that, after the plus, you can use R, W, and X. So I will show you. Suppose I want to give permission to every other group or any user which is logged in. I can use O, and then I can type X. Then this will give permission to other users to execute this file. Any other user.
What do you mean by X?
X means execute, R means read, W means write, and X means execute. Okay, so chmod can give all these permissions to a particular user or a particular group. Okay, so sometimes when you are operating inside the root directory, this is a must command. You need to give permission to different files or directories, and you can use recursive to make all the when yeah, one thing to notice here: when you will use chmod with -r, what it does is, in whichever directory you are, it will give the permission to that subdirectories, but not the files of that directories. Important point to notice. Suppose if I am in etc directory and I execute the command chmod there, so all the subdirectories which are inside the etc, only those directories will be given permission, not the files which are in that directory. Okay. Okay, next. And after you have given permission, suppose if you want to remove the permission, or so you can use chmod u minus rx. This will mean that you are taking the permission back from that user. So you can use minus sign to remove any kind of permissions which you have previously allotted or which you want to remove. So here, this particular user won't be able to write or execute this file. Or so one more thing you can do with chmod, suppose you have a file and you don't exactly know what permissions that file have been granted. So you just want to copy the permission of that file to another file. So you can do chmod reference is equals to file1, and the name of the file which you want to replicate the permissions to. So file1 permissions will be replicated to file2. Even I don't need to know what are all the permissions that file1 has already. So this is a useful command. Instead of writing u plus rx or any kind of that application rx, you can just type. So there are different combinations each particular command is provided. Suppose I type it 777, so this gives the whole permission to every other user and every permissions which is required. Suppose if I type 755, it will give permission for the current user to read, write, and execute, and for any other user to read and execute, not to write. So these are simple things. Okay. So up to here, uh, I hope you will be able to troubleshoot any kind of problems which you will face during the installation of any application, or if there is some unheld packages, broken packages, you will be able to fix those, and you will be able to provide permissions to files and groups, users. So basically, you can troubleshoot any kind of error which you can get. So let's now look at our go to another command. So right now I will give information about the lshw command. So LSHW full form is list hardware information. So whatever hardware configuration you have, you can list through this command. Suppose I type sudo lshw. This will scan my whole hardware and it will give a detailed information of whatever I have on my system. Even if it's not available in your user manual or from the manufacturer, it will be here. So this will give a very detailed information. If you don't want this much detailed information, you can just type lshw short. This will give you a shorter version of the above. So you can see. Let's see what I have in my system. So my system is showing the first line as Inspiron 5523 bus, whatever I have, memory, the processors I have, RAM memory, so everything, any kind of what kind of chips is there in the hardware, what is the hard disk, and what are all the volumes that are created on the hard disk. Okay. And you can also, suppose if you want to export all this information to a HTML file, you can do this by just typing lsshw html. and you can put, suppose, my hardware dot html. What it will do, it will export all the information which it will accumulate, and it will save it in the file myhardware.html. Now I can access my hardware.html file, and I can open it to see every detailed information about this.
Can we do it with other commands or only with this ls?
No. Actually, this command you can use it with many other commands also.
Okay, so,
So-
any command line output can be deployed to any HTML file.
Yeah. So
Copy to HTML file.
yeah, there is called also there is one more
This is
thing.
a redirection operator. You can use it. He saved it in an HTML file. You can save it in any file.
TXT.
You can
So
you can
this is, just the format.
you can also use this option. So redirection, either this side, either this side. So this will redirect which way the data needs to go. There are uh, okay. So earlier I was talking about this operator. So this is a cell piping operator. So what it does is, if you write one command, suppose I write, previously I was writing in the sudo dpkg get selections. This is actually a very useful operator. It is called cell piping. So what you can do is you can execute several commands at the same moment, and you can use the output of one command as the input to the next command. So let's say I am using this, which I earlier showed it to you, dpkg get selections, and suppose if I set it grep like hold. So what's happening here is, all the information which is collected by this first command is passed on to this next command, which is called grep. Now the grep is generally a command to look for a particular kind of pattern. So right now I have given grep a value of hold, so it will look for hold in all the information which it got through dpkg get selections. So it will look for hold in all those selections, and it will print it if there is any. But I don't have any, so it won't display any. So this is a very useful operator whenever you need to display or use multiple commands, and you need to use the output of one command as the input of another command. You can use this operator. Okay. So right now we have seen all the hardwares we have. So let's look at something particular. Let's look at our adapters, whatever network adapters we have. So we will we will use two commands: IP configuration, sorry, if configuration, and another one is IW configuration. So we will see how these two differ. Let's first go with IW configuration. So what it does is, it will list all the adapters which are on your system. So you can see the first one is Ethernet adapter. The second one is the loopback. So this is actually not a adapter. This is just my local host 127.0.0.1. Another adapter is the WLAN. This is my Wi-Fi adapter. So from here you can get information about your whole adapter, what are going on, how many packets received, how is it performing, the signal strength. You can see in my Wi-Fi adapter WLAN 0, I can see my MAC address, that is the hardware address. This shows my MAC address. Okay. Whereas the current IP address that I have been assigned to, this is the init address. This is the broadcast address, and this is the subnet mask on which I am operating right now. And this is the IPv6 address, which is not so much used right now, but it will be used very frequently in few years, in recent few years. Right now, we use all our connections through IPv4, but in future we are going to need IPv6 connections. So right now, also many websites are using IPv6 connections, but there are very few. Okay. Okay, that will be for today. Thank you.